I'm making a video because I got stuff to say and I got no one to say it to, and I'm thinking maybe that I can get some thoughts and feelings out of myself, because right now I'm pretty fucking pissed off. Okay? I've been studying all of this manifesting and everything, and I tell you what, apparently when I agreed to come to Earth, I sat here and I manifested a whole bunch of abuse. How did I do this? I don't know. But I'll tell you what, I'm not gonna fucking do it anymore. What I did was, I put way too much attachment to the importance of being a mom and being a wife, and that was keeping me small. I would have been perfectly content to never leave the four walls of my home. I'm even saying way back then on my first marriage, if that would have been a solid, good relationship, I would have been completely content. I would have been happy. I would have been comfortable. I would have just been happy with that third dimension comfortable living. And I would have never looked for anything. I never would have looked for anything more in life. I never set out to be some highly enlightened spiritual guru, boss babe entrepreneur. Like, it took a shit ton of abuse to get me to that point to make some kind of a change. Like, when I met my karmic twin, the pain that his abandonment, which was really, that's the kicker too. That's the kicker. When you realize that you manifest your own reality and everyone is you pushed out, and you realize that you yourself brought this abuse into your life, that's when you really are like, well, fuck, if he's just me pushed out and he's abusing me and he's abandoning me, then that means I have abandonment issues and I have wounds inside of me that I need to clear, because if they were cleared, I wouldn't be attracting someone who does that. So that's when you're like, well, fuck, I created this whole fucking nightmare. Wow. And that really makes you kind of get into your mind. It makes you get into your soul. It makes you get into your heart. And you have to really see, God, where is the programming from that? What has been put into my subconscious that really makes me feel that I'm unworthy of a loving relationship? And I mean, I'm not going to put all my shit out here on blast, but I did want to bring up one particular thing that I was able to clear out and I was able to learn about through all this healing that I've been doing. And I think one thing that I have always really wanted and really loved and really craved is cuddling and closeness and being wrapped in my lover's arms, being cuddled up against at night. Like, this is a desire of mine, a need of mine. And I have called in relationships to where people who just don't want that. Like, they just want to be by themselves. They enjoy sleeping alone, or they enjoy being alone, not necessarily sitting next to someone else or relating to someone else or resonating with someone else. Like, that's what they want on their own accord. And I'm calling them in because I had a subconscious belief that I'm not good enough to be snuggled, when in reality I am. But I was just running from a false program. Now you may need to check in where this is in your own life, because you can really start getting on some really trippy ass mind fucks when you allow yourself to be in the space of pain, and instead of numbing the pain, you just get into it. So I have been doing this a lot, to the point where, I have had to give up some fun. I've had to give up some of my social life to do it, but it's only because I want to create a better reality. My intentions of creation in my own reality is that I have an amazing, loving, protective partner who cherishes me, who loves my body, who wants to be close to me all the time, who wants to keep me warm, wants to just, appreciate and enjoy me, and each other. This is my intention of living life. And because I had old programming put into me from childhood, this is where all the wounding starts, in childhood. So I wanted to go ahead and talk about something that I found out was the root cause of me now in my adult life calling in these horrible relationships where I get isolated, where I am unwanted, where I get treated with coldness. And when I got into this hypnosis to tap into my past, tap into my subconscious that I may have been thinking about, I realized and I remembered and I recalled one certain incident that really, really messed me up. What the hell are they doing? What are you doing? These kids. This is just a different story with these. God, will you stop? Oh yeah, did I mention kids that come from abusive partners pretty much grow up to turn out just like their dads? That's a whole different video. For now, I'm going to talk about how I subconsciously called in nothing but cold, distant relationships. Okay? Now, when I was 5 years old, this is a true story. When I was about 5 years old, I had a scary dream, and I went into my parents' bedroom looking for comfort, like kids do. I went into their bedroom looking for comfort, and I wanted to just snuggle. I wanted to be in between them. I wanted to feel secure. I was needing to feel, I wanted them to help me not feel scared of that scary dream. So yeah, as a little 5-year-old running into their bed, just wanting cuddled, and it was the middle of the night. I don't know what time, obviously they were sleeping and whatever, but, they basically met me with rejection. I was not welcomed into their arms. I was not welcomed into their bed. They did not even want me in their room. I was sad about that. There's like way more complex emotions that I felt about that I probably just could never process because I just didn't really know. And I just remember, that them not welcoming me at all. Um, and then I remember they kind of like shut me out, shut the door on me. And I was sad, and I think I kept crying. And so they finally let me in. And then they said, "Well, you can sleep at the foot of our bed." Basically like how somebody would treat like a dog. So, what that incident put inside of me was, I'm not worthy of comfort. I'm not worthy of physical touch. I'm not worthy of cuddling. I'm not worthy of being cared for. My feelings don't matter. I mean, the list could go on and on from that experience. And that carried into just calling in nothing but neglectful, cold relationships. But here's the worst part. I did it all myself somehow. Like you are subconsciously manifesting your reality. And once you get to a mindset of just knowing that, not even attempting to change that yet, when you get into the mindset of just knowing that these thoughts are creating your entire reality, you're like, whoa. I mean, sometimes it takes a little while to process. I mean, and I'm not saying I'm fully out of the woods, because I know I work damn hard at getting rid of old programming. And you know what? You need to think about this stuff, because if you're wondering, it's stuff that you might not even remember. It could be something as stupid as like a kid in 5th grade telling you something, and then it's for some reason it stuck with you, even though you forgot about it in your conscious mind. Maybe you blew it off or whatever, but it's stuck inside of your subconscious. So the first thing to changing how you can manifest your reality is clearing your subconscious. And how you do that is, making a purposeful intent to clear out the negative energy. First of all, a lot of clearing, a lot of clearing. But while you're doing your clearing, you start to, the affirmations really help. I mean, they really do after a while. Like when you are so, like, I don't think I have ever been told one positive thing as a child or as a young adult that when you do start hearing nice things from a stranger on YouTube who's saying affirmations, they don't feel real, Like, I don't think I have ever heard "I love you." I don't think I ever heard "you're beautiful." None of that. But like, obviously that's what I desire to hear and to feel. It's not just about hearing something. It's like, you want to feel it. I want to be wrapped up by my man in a hug and just have him just him think that I'm beautiful, him love me and me love him back, like. And when I realized that I had subconscious patterns that was holding me back from that, I mean, I had to take it seriously, because this is my experience here on Earth. And I want to change it. Like, I am absolutely hell-bent on changing it. I am manifesting a new reality. And like today I'm slipping up a little bit. I'm slipping up because I'm already pissed off. I'm already pissed off because I have had this conversation with my karmic twin, and it's always very abusive to me. And I sit there and I say, why am I calling this in? What did I call in? I thought I cleared this out, but obviously something is calling this in. And now I'm not so far bent as to where I'm like crying, but you know what? I almost did, because I realize I'm not sad about what he's saying to me, and I'm not sad about what he believes. I am sad because I called that in. And when you have kids with people, like, you can't escape them, even if they're not physically there. It's like you have that painful reminder always. And it's been a really, really fucked up road for me. And that shit stops now. That shit fucking stops. Okay? I intend to move about my life with ease. I intend that relationships and people that are good for me start flowing into my life. It is my intention that negative energy be uncreated and deleted from my energy field. It is my intention that only loving interactions come to me. It is my intention that I feel secure and loving within myself. It is my intention that my divine masculine loves me the same way he loves his own body. It is my intention that I love him the way I value my own body. And throughout all of these studies about what the traits are of the toxic masculine and the divine masculine, and then the wounded feminine and the divine feminine, you can clearly see that when you are in wounded feminine energy, which I was, you can clearly see that you only can call in toxic energy, toxic masculine. And now I feel like the knowledge of this is really, I honestly wish I would have learned this so long ago. I mean, I want to say I kind of feel like an idiot, but that wouldn't be self-loving. So I want to say I give myself grace, and I give myself the patience and love, because I didn't know what I didn't know until I knew it. And if you're kind of like me and you're just now figuring this out, my thoughts create my reality. My subconscious thoughts are creating my reality. Have grace for yourself. This is all part of a divine plan. You didn't know what you didn't know until you knew it. So, you know, you got to try to not beat yourself up over that. But yeah, I mean, I think I read a quote the other day, and before I end the video, I'm just going to finish with this. I read a quote the other day, oh, people don't change. And it's like, yeah, the fuck they do, because I've changed, and I can guarantee that. I know I'm a different person. I know with that Libra moon shift, which I did make a video about, that new Libra moon, I know I made a shift. I know I released a lot of stuff. I can feel myself in a higher vibration. I can feel expansion of my mind, body, and soul. I know damn well I have changed. But I changed because I wanted to. I changed because I hit a rock bottom at some point. I changed because I took affirmative action to learn. So if you're dealing with a person and they want to say, oh, they're not changing, they won't change, well, that's fine. maybe they won't. But they are definitely never going to change if they don't believe that there's anything wrong with what they're doing. So if somebody's refusing to communicate with you, refusing to have healthy interactions, refusing to even admit that their communication skills might not be the best. I mean, I'm not saying I'm perfect at all. I probably suck with the communication skills. I mean, obviously, I've had numerous experiences with men that have pretty much, just caused me a great deal of pain. So clearly, if I was in the position to communicate and understand myself better, I would have never called that in. So now at this point, moving forward with this knowledge, I know that I'm only going to be calling in what's good for my higher self. So for people to say that people don't change, I believe is a false statement. And I really wanted to get that out there because I'm not going to be defined by my past. And if my past makes somebody uncomfortable, then they're not the person for me. I mean, I don't judge anyone by their past. I don't judge people by their age. I don't judge people by any of that kind of stuff. The only thing I would be thinking about when it comes to being a person is, do you have a level of awareness? Do you have a level of awareness about your thoughts? Do you have a level of awareness? Do you want to grow? Do you want to keep expanding? Or do you enjoy just being small? Because getting back to the beginning of the video, I would have had no problem playing small. Like I said, if I would have just been happy in a relationship with my little kids and just, I would have had no reason to do anything else. I wouldn't have needed to. I would have been a happy, content, stay-at-home mom, stay-at-home wife. I would have been happy and content living that life. But it wasn't until shit hit the fan again, to where I said, okay, so marriage and motherhood. I'm obviously holding some kind of a attachment with that. And it wasn't until I could learn to let that go and heal myself and realize, okay, well, I guess I didn't come to earth to get comfy. I guess I didn't come to earth to be, be playing small, because the universe is forcing me to expand. The universe is forcing me to grow, and the universe is forcing me to live out my mission and my purpose. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. That's my video. And I need to dedicate some time to self-care right now. And that's part of self-love, and that's part of honoring yourself. Because I'm pretty annoyed with how things were going these past couple days. And I'm here to just kind of draw this line in the sand that, you know what, fuck that. I don't need to put up with somebody who's gonna literally pick me apart and act like I'm not good enough when clearly I am. So that's that. Anyways, I hope this video was helpful in some way. If you enjoyed watching my videos, or you you got anything to say or add to it, feel free to comment below. If you're going to be rude, you can get off my page right now, because I'm not even going to acknowledge any of that. And in fact, I think when you get into a high enough vibration, what you do is just naturally call in anybody that's going to be supportive. So, what I need right now in my life, I'm not going to say what I need because that's in a needy thing. The universe doesn't understand that. I need to say, I have. I have love. I have caring relationships. I have everything I need. What I need flows to me easily. I have a man who supports me 100%. I have friends who are there for me. And I have a beautiful life that I have created for myself. And yeah, that's how that's going to be from now on.